What is up, guys? Yanni Knowles back with another one. Alright, boys, just got back from 1.6. It was actually really cool. They like all Honda stuff. It was awesome. Little shop. It's in a town called Elk Grove Village in Illinois. If you're from around here, which I assume most of you guys are, and you like cars, go check it out. It's awesome. Actually, I guess I should say if you like Hondas, it's awesome. While I was there, I scouted the wheels I'm probably gonna end up getting, which are pretty cool. They're like they're either a 5 or a 6 spoke, and they are like a dark, like brushed metal finish. They're gonna look really nice, I think. What?
I have to talk to you about something when you're done.
Oh boy, she has to talk to me about something when I'm done. All right. Also, I picked up a few things right here that are pretty sweet. That's a K-tuned shifter cable bushing and a D-Blocks. Where the frick is the weighted shift knob? Go ahead and try to get these both installed in the car real quick. Edit this video on Friday during the day probably, and then get it uploaded by nighttime. So let's get into it, boys. Alright, first things first, let's quickly get this shift knob installed. Let me just find the right wrench. Hopefully I have one. Alright, so I got her installed. Hopefully I like the height that I set it at. I might adjust it as time goes on, but I wanted it to be pretty high on the actual shifter. Just because it is like a weighted shift knob, and I kind of want to take advantage of having the weighted shift knob so that it can like shift for me almost. This is my first weighted shift knob, and so far I like it. I drove home with it, but I had it like all the way at the bottom because I didn't have the locking nut installed. But so far, thumbs up for the weighted shift knob. I also like the neochrome. Big fan. Alright, now I'm going to go and get this shifter cable bushing installed. I don't really know how to do it, so I'm just going to start taking stuff off the car until I can get to it. And then I'm basically winging this one. So, let's go. Alright, so for this, the first thing that I started to do already is remove the stock air filter, because it like the whole box and everything, because it's kind of in the way. So far, I have disconnected this sensor. I popped these clips off, but I probably didn't actually need to do that, but I'm going to find out in a second. Next thing, I'm going to try to angle the camera here. There's this. I don't know, you might not be able to see it. Let me get in there. Well, there's this right here. This has to come off for sure to get this out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And then I might also have to like completely take it off, but we're gonna see. I don't know yet. Alright, boys, sit rep. 10 minutes later, I have taken out the battery. As you can see, I cleared up a lot of room to work. I also was able to pull out, like separate the airbox and pull it out this way, and that gives me just enough room to get down to my shifter cable bushings. So the next step is to remove the old ones and then start putting the new ones in. So I'm going to completely wing it and start pulling these ones off. Boys, we done it. So I got the old ones out. So I'm gonna show you where these came from. You see this? This holds the big one. This one holds the little one. All you gotta do to get this out is really simple. You take off the cotter pin that's holding it in. It's honestly pretty self-explanatory for the cotter pin. This will be in here. Literally just stick a screwdriver down in there and pry away from the shifter cable. It comes out super easy. This is really soft. Same thing for this one. Now I'm just gonna go get the K-tuned ones, and I'm gonna press them in and lock them up, and then put everything back together, and we should be good to go. Girls, so I got the shifter bushings installed. I did everything exactly how it should be done, except for one thing. So these bushings right here are on like the larger, you know, like main shifter bushing. These O-rings, sorry. I don't know if I said O-ring or not. I was not able to fit that shifter bushing into this car with these on. I wasn't. I tried everything. I tried sanding these down even. I tried putting coconut oil on these and then sliding it into the car, and it would not fit into the car. I was pushing as hard as I could. So I just went ahead and installed it without these O-rings. It seems good. If anybody watching this has any experience with the K-tuned shifter bushings here, please let me know if this is cool or not. If it's not, I'll definitely take it out and put these in by any means necessary. But for now, this is how I'm running it. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll show you guys what we got here. Got her in. And now I'm basically just going to be putting all this stuff back together and taking her out for a little test drive, and then I'll let you guys know what I think about the two new upgrades. Alright guys, what is up? So I had a kind of a shitty situation happen yesterday while I was recording this video. It was like right after I finished all the install and stuff. I was putting everything back together, and I was about to go test the shifter, you know, take it out for a test drive, you know, see how it feels, see how I like it. I did a pretty dumb thing yesterday. So when I was going to put my battery back in, I accidentally connected the positive cable to the negative terminal in the battery. Long story short, it basically blew my main fuse. It's like a 100 amp fuse. And this is right before I had to leave for work. So I basically busted my ass straight over to the Honda dealer, got the fuse, came home, installed it in my car, and just went straight to work because I was going to be late if I didn't just go right away. So I didn't have time to record like a reaction or like what I think of this setup right here, the weighted shift knob with the upgraded shifter bushings, cable bushings, sorry. Here it is. So I've been driving this car around for, you know, a little less than 24 hours now with this setup. I am not running the O-rings on the main, like larger cable shifter bushing. And this is basically my review of this setup. So far, I love it. It is amazing. Like, compared to the stock setup, like Hondas already are known for shifting like butter, you know, like amazingly smooth. Well, with this setup, I have this weighted shift knob, which I'm going to, you know, move the camera down in a second so you guys can see some shifting. I don't really know if it matters, but sometimes I like to see that kind of stuff in videos. With the weighted shift knob and the very sturdy bushings in there, it has such an amazing shifter feel. Like at first I didn't really notice too much at first, you know, because I didn't really know what to expect. I haven't really done anything like this to a car before. But after running this on my car for, you know, a couple hours, maybe I gave the bushings a little bit of time to maybe break in or something. I don't know. It feels awesome. It's like literally I can just like barely touch the shifter, and like I have the shift knob mounted really high on the actual shifter. So it has a lot of leverage when selecting gears. And I barely have to put any pressure on this shifter, and it goes straight into gear, and it is awesome. Like it's the most smooth shifter feel I've ever felt in my whole entire life. Obviously I don't have too much experience, but like it's good. I love it. And I'm banking on this being in frame. Alright, so to sum this up, this is definitely worth it. Like, you know, I spent quite a bit of money on this for what it is, like a shift knob and 2 bushings. It was like $100 for everything, which, you know, it's probably crazy, and I kind of just impulse bought it, to be honest with you. But after doing this, I'm really glad that I did, because it feels so good. And when you're driving a car every single day, you want to enjoy it, you know, and like something like this just adds a little bit more enjoyment to driving this car. I love it. I love it. Nothing else needs to be said. Also, if the camera's shaky, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do about it. I'll figure it out at some point though. I just had to get this recorded because I'm going to edit the video like right now. So, as always, I'm gonna finish this one off how I usually do, you know, just finishing it off real good. And we're gonna get her. And according to my girlfriend, I have to switch my hat around because that's what I've been doing or something. So I'm gonna keep that up, I guess. So here it is, boys and girls. Here I am. I'm Yanni Knowles. You see it right there. Everybody that I'm talking to right now, have a nice day.